All right. I think I got the sound working. Um, if it's quiet, let me know. We're gonna get right into it. I'm calling this one. You might see it in the title. It's the cornbread episode. We're really not going to be talking much about cornbread, but I'm calling it the cornbread episode because I just put a cornbread in the oven, like the pre-made mix or whatever, crusties, and it's what's it say on the box? 27 to 29 minutes is the bake time. And I was like, well, that's pretty much how long it's going to take me to record a pod. Let's be efficient with my time. I can't leave the house. I'm going to go shoot some hoops, but I'm like I can't leave. That's like too short of a time to leave something in the oven and like leave or like I could maybe take a shower, but I was like I'm going to go get sweaty. I can't do that. I'm just trying to get you guys into my thought process here as to what's about to happen. We're going to go on 26 minutes. Well, I guess we got like 25 minutes now. 25 minutes of just like I don't even know. I got a couple topics I do want to talk about. I know they're not going to fill up the whole time, so we're kind of just going to be bouncing around. That's also though why I wanted to mention the cornbread thing cuz we got the box. It's oh, I forgot to set the timer. Shit. Let's do that. Okay. It's been in there for at least like 4 minutes. Oh, man. All right, we're gonna guess 5. We're just gonna. All right, with you guys are also gonna hear the result. I'll maybe take a picture if it's bad. If it's bad, I'll take a picture. If it's good or average, I'll be like, yeah, or whatever. Good cornbread. But yeah, we. All right, let's set the timer now. Because I know like pretty much when this is up, that should be ready. Um, well, I guess let's do 20 minutes, and we'll do a little check action right before the end. And then, all right, here we go. We got 20 minutes on the clock. Bang! In real time. In case there's an edit or anything, I don't know. But real time, we got 20 minutes on the clock, starting 10 seconds ago. Bang! It's Krusty's. This is the dude. Me and Des is funny. Dude, honestly, maybe I could go on for cornbread for a minute here. I forgot I got some cornbread stories. But this is back when I lived in Detroit, downtown. And me and my one roommate. I think this was in the pandemic. I believe like the first year or whatever when things were closed down again, and we had. I can't remember the exact time frame. It might have been when we both like got COVID, and so we were kind of just stuck at home for like 2 3 weeks. We couldn't do anything. Um, but I do remember we had a phase where we had the Krusty's honey cornbread mix, and that was pretty good. And then we had like a different one, and it was all right, but we still liked it. And then we tried. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna get like 7 or 8 different mixes, and we tried every single one. And then we started doing our own combinations. It was crazy. I remember Jiffy Mix, the cheapest one. It's all about you. If you know what you're doing, you can make it good. If you don't, it's just like the shittiest pre-made thing. I remember a lot of the crusties. The best one for at least what we like is the honey cornbread. It's got that sweetness. We're not a big fan of the savory. If you're gonna do like a jalapeno, you gotta make it fresh. Don't ever get it out of the box. It's like you'll get the spice, but not everything else. You know. Um. Yeah, and we like the honey, and we tried making it from scratch. We're like, well, let's just get this flour. I even tried like different flours. I even tried like mixing a little bit of like some of the pre-made mix. I think. Oh, I remember. I think. Who does Betty Crocker? Does she have cornbread, or does her company have a cornbread under like a slightly different name, but it's like the same logo? I think hers was ass. I remember like there was like a red box of shit. We were like, oh, we thought this would be an alright. Terrible, terrible, terrible. When we tried it's another off-brand or like the store brand, like whatever Walmart brand with great value, whatever the fuck the Target one is. No, they don't hold up like a lot of the other products where it's like, oh, it's made in the same factory as fucking the main that it might have been, but that was a different fucking corn that they were using for those ingredients. I don't even know. Krusty's honey cornbread is where it's at. That's where it's been. I'm also like people are like, oh, what, did you do the muffins? Did you do the pan? We did all the sizes of the pans. We had a thin pan, we got a thick pan, we got a short square. We did the muffins, big muffins, small ones. Oh, we tried it all. Now we didn't do every single one for like all the combinations, but we did enough where we are like, we knew what we were doing, and we knew what we wanted. So obviously, this is all like just for what we want. I do recommend people like honeycorn. I don't know what it is about this, like the mix, because when we tried adding honey to our own, it was a really big hit or miss thing. Sometimes it would be good, sometimes it wouldn't work. Like it would be too much, or you could just taste it. It was like, oh, the sugars kind of got burnt or something. I don't know. It's it was a fun little time in our life. And then now I'm here. Now it's like I know what I want. It's cheap. It's easy to make. Is it healthy? Not exactly. But there's things that could be worse, you know? And it's like have a little bit throughout the I will be honest. Having a little bit throughout the day over the course of a week is not exactly true. There's been more than one occasion my entire meal, lunch or dinner has been just the whole pan of cornbread. I'm not proud of it. I'm not ashamed of it at all, though. That's what I just thought about to my head. I was like, am I ashamed of this? I was like, I'm not proud of it. I know I was going to say that statement, but I was like, what's going to happen after the but? That's why I paused for a second. You're like, well, what is he thinking about saying? So I was thinking about, am I even ashamed of that? No, I'm not. It's some I made some good-ass fucking cornbread in my days. That's why I fucking ate it all. It was like, oh, I came out the oven, I was hungry, I ate like a third. Next thing you know, I have a couple more pieces. Because you got to have some fresh. And then my roommate has a piece, maybe two. And then he's like, bro, did you eat that whole thing? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, you came out of the oven 6 hours ago. I'm like, yeah. Good times, man. Good times. All right, but let's get to what we really want to talk about here. Well, I don't know if you guys want to talk about it, but I'm going to. So, this is I wrote this topic on a long time ago, and I'm just calling it simply "Where were you when?" And it's one of those things I think a lot of people go through their life, and it's like you get asked that question: Where were you when this happened? Where were you when that happened? There's a lot of things in there where it's like you remember like a photographic memory, where you were when certain things happened, you know? Like let me rephrase that. You remember where you were when I'm gonna burp. Oh my god. I might keep that one in. It's like the things that happen to everybody, or the things that a lot of people remember. We all have like a different moment, but it's like always interesting. So I was like, oh, if you guys ever want to know this about me, fuck it. I'll just put it all in one episode. So we'll just go at least within my lifetime. So everything before 1998 doesn't count. Where was I then? Not conceived. So throw that shit out the window. Where was I on 9/11? I think I was in preschool. I have zero memories of the day. I think my mom told me that she took me home from school, and then we watched the TV or something, but I don't know. I don't remember. I think I would have been 3 in 2001 and 98. Yeah, I would have been barely over 3, so I don't know. I have some memories, I think, from when I was like 4, but yeah, like I remember when I lived in that little house, but that was definitely post 9/11. My 4-year-old brain was able to comprehend that. My 4-year-old brain was like, all right, I'm in a post 9/11 world. Now we're going to start making these memories. Here we go. Um, and then let's see, what's the next one on the list? Sorry, I wish I could talk more about that. I mean, look, we can talk about 9/11 a lot. A lot of people have as well. I don't know if we need to overdo that one here right now. So I'm gonna cross that one off the list. I don't know why. Yeah, I gotta do this just so I can remember it for myself. This is a little goofy little thing I have in front of me, a little note card, little scritchy scratchy. Maybe I'll go in order. I don't even know. Fuck it. The next one on the list is Kobe. Actually, no, I got two of the. Yeah, we'll do Kobe, and then we'll do the next one that I was really writing down as I was like recording this. I was like, I forgot about this one. But yeah, Kobe. That one was a. Oh, that's weird. I was about to say that one was a fun one for me. No, it wasn't. But no. So for like the first off, let's start here. For the majority of Kobe Bryant's career, I was a big hater. I was like, oh, he's selfish, shoots the shot, like shoots way too many shots, all this shit. But by the time he got older and like was finishing his career, and then that like 60-point or 50-point, no, I think it was 60 points in his last game. It was fucking nuts. I was like, yeah, like you have to respect this guy. It's awesome. Good for him. Longevity and like dominance, with like along with your longevity is always dope in any sport. So yeah, this was. And there's definitely, once he retired, all that, like, the content he would make, showing people, like, oh, this is, like, teaching people about the game and all that stuff. It's like, I was like, oh, yeah, this guy's lit. He was always, like, a fucking showman, too. But I remember, like, I'm a big NBA guy. I get the news from somebody that this happens. It was like, Kobe. And I was like, bro, what? I think it was one of my friends that literally doesn't even, like, follow the NBA. He just texted in a group chat, just like, Kobe Bryant. And I can't remember if he said helicopter or something. I think he just said the name. Now, for some reason, we kind of all knew. You're like, bro, what? If you're saying this, something bad, and we all Google, and it's like, oh, damn, he's gone. And so I remember I'm on the highway driving. This is 2019 January, or no, 2020 January. I'm driving for my last semester of college. So I'm like 2 hours away, probably I-75 in middle of Ohio. Get this text, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm about to see my one roommate who's a big NBA guy. We talk about this almost every day when we're together. We're about to see each other in like a few hours or like the next day. I can't remember if he was coming back at the same time as me. But I was like, why? This has got to be on our brain like now. Like, I got to get ahead. So I text him, like, did you hear? And he didn't believe me. And I was like, dude, you got to, like, look at this. Like, this is real, man. This was also pre-AI bullshit and everything. I was like, bro, this is nuts. And then we were like, it was, like, hard to comprehend. I just remember, like, there's a photographic memory of me, like, I don't need to look at my phone for, because I got to the part of the highway where I was like, you just go. You have, like, 150 miles just straight. You know, if you don't have to get gas, you literally don't have to turn your fucking brain on at all. You just go. So I was like, I don't need to look at my phone. And for some reason, I was like, let me check. And I see, like, what the text says, and I was like, what? And then I got to break that news to somebody, and I was like, wow. Which, it's crazy. I was thinking about, like, the photographic part was, like, I was sitting down, looked at the phone, telling somebody else what happened, and all that jazz. I was doing all that, and then, like, thinking, I was thinking about all that in 2025, / forward all the way here to February 2025 when Luka Doncic gets traded. It's like 2 a.m. or something, maybe 1 a.m. I think because I'm Central Time. But whenever the hell it happened in the middle of the night, Fantasy Football League, one of the guys sent a chat. Not the most surprising thing. We send each other shit that's like breaking all the time. But it's like we just send each other jokes and shit. And this one he just goes like, Luka Doncic traded. And we're like, all right. Before I can even get him a response of like a laughing emoji, he goes like shams. And and then he shows like the shams like this is real. And I was like, what? And so my one buddy, shout out Ben Palmer, I text him. I'm like, dude, look, like Luka's traded. And I send him the thing. He's got the same reaction. I was like, whoa. And I shit you not, I sat on that toilet for at least an hour and 15 minutes. I didn't move. I just looked at my phone. I looked at Twitter. I looked at Reddit. I texted people. Anybody who was awake, we were going back and forth. One of my buddies who's a huge NBA guy, I was like, he's asleep. I'm texting him all of this shit. Every single thing was like, oh, player reaction after 20 minutes. This coach tweeted out that. Kobe, not Kobe. Kobe's dead. Kobe would have said this. I'd be like, people are like, oh, I think Kobe's ghost is back. Kobe tweeted this about Luka. Why would you do that? It was crazy. It was nuts. It's crazy. Crazy like sports things like that. You can also be like the same way people are like 9/11. I can be like photographic memory Kobe Luka. It's like why does a brain work like that? Like why is it like the same trauma response? I don't even know. All right, we'll cross that one off the list. Kobe Bryant, Luka Doncic. Where was I then? It's crazy to like lump up like 9/11 and Kobe's death and be like, when was Luka traded? Like, where were you when Luka was traded? That's a bigger deal, right? Just as big of a deal. You know, the Twin Towers. God, bro. No, that thing was nuts, man. It was nuts. We'll do a couple more deaths. Why not? Fucking Osama. Yeah, this one, I don't know if you remember where you were when. I don't even know if that was English. Osama. I don't know if you guys remember when Osama was killed. It was I think May or something of 2011 or 12. It was a big deal. I remember Obama came on. It was like bum 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 bum. America, we got him. He is dead. He is dead. Let's go, America. The terrorist is dead. Boom, boom, boom. It wasn't exactly like that, but the vibes were kind of. It was like, hell yeah, we fucking got him, baby. Bang, bang, bang. Fucking shot him in the face, into the ocean. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. USA, USA. But the reason I bring this up is I was in the basement. I think I was 11. No, I was 12 or something. Yeah, 12 or 13 when that happened. But I just remember I was like, basement, my parents' house. on this couch, and then like a year later, or 2 years later, or something, Paul Walker. I was like texting a friend during the Osama thing. Same friend, like 2 years later, I was sitting on the same couch, and I remember that. Here's the thing: I was facing the same way. I was like sitting in a weird like way. Like I can't exactly describe it. It was like a half side, half like turn, like weird contortion. But sitting the exact same way, same person I'm texting, and then I get the news like, oh, somebody else died, and it's like people are like, what? No, this is crazy. No way. But I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like Paul Walker, same effect as Osama, just like Luka Doncic's 9/11. That's some people. They have the power to make people feel. I'm so glad I'm not a Dallas sports fan because that would have been infuriating. Just watch that guy get traded. Jesus Christ. All right, Osama and Paul Walker, the same couch, same friend. Where was I? Crossing that shit off the list. All right, this is a fun one. This is the last one I have on the list, and then we'll maybe get into something else. We'll see. January 6th. That's what we're doing for that one. For this next one. January 6th. So, the first I heard of January 6th, I thought it was not a big deal at all. For the first, 16, almost 24 hours, I was like, I don't understand what's the big fuss. Now, I know that's a crazy thing to say, but here is why. Leading up to the January 6th event, I love how I say it like that. It's like as if I was waiting for it to happen. No, and before that happened, it was when I was living in Detroit. I was living downtown, working in this kitchen, and at this restaurant, we had this crazy dude that would come in once or twice a week. We'd pay him $20 to $40 to deep clean all the fucking windows on the whole building, and he came with a fucking van or little SUV, just had a bunch of bullshit in the back. But he had all the stuff that you needed to wash windows. Crazy. You do a great job. And then the owner, he'd always tell you, he'd be like, hey, if you ever talk to this guy, just he loves to talk. He's a little cuckoo. Dude, he does a little fucking hand motion around the head, a little spinning the finger or whatever. It's this guy's nuts. Loves to talk politics. And he's so just whatever. It's but he's the cheapest guy around for windows. We gotta have him. Just whatever. He would tell that warning to everybody. And he was right, because you would just walk by the guy and he would say something, and it was always something nuts. He was like, oh, did you see what they said? And he's I don't know, he saw some one tweet or some fake news on Facebook or something. He's like, did you see what they said? And we were all 20-year-old kids, or kids are some of them I think were even teenagers, just oh yeah, fuck it, what Mr. Guy? And then he would just say something oh, they did this. Yeah, they arrested this guy. Oh, they're gonna vote tomorrow for this thing, and it's all right, whatever you say, man. So by the time I see this guy once, twice a week for a couple months, when I was working at that place, probably 3 at that point, and that happens, and then so on that day I'm working on during January 6th, I have a fucking long ass shift, and then during the middle of my shift, when I walk by the guy, he says, oh, did you see? They're storming the Capitol. And so at that point, I'm so numb to it. I'm like, yeah, dude, whatever you fucking say. And so I go home, and somebody, my roommate's like, yo, did you see this? They're going crazy. And I'm like, yeah, man. I can't remember, but I was literally just yeah, this is just anything else. It's a protest. We just had fucking 400 of these in the summer, 6 months ago. I don't think it's whatever. And then I woke up the next day, kind of saw, and I kind of pieced, and I was like, oh, wait, this is a huge deal. This wasn't just the crazy guy. But the thing is, this was a classic example of Boy Who Cried Wolf. He's the crazy guy that said political stuff to me and the kids or whatever the hell. This Boy Who Cried Wolf, old guy who says they're gonna get him. that's this story. It's the little boy grew up. He's not scared about wolves anymore, but he's scared about the swamp. Gotta drain it. Oh man. But yeah, no, that's why that statement that I said there, it's people are what the fuck? People are gonna clip that shit. I'm be ew, what? No, it's no. It's a really funny thing that it to me, in my opinion. That's I went the first day not thinking that was actually a big deal, and then I was like, oh, okay, I see how it's a big deal. This was kind of nuts. It's it's the power of distraction, I guess. Power of work. It's Dude, that's the other thing that's nuts. It's like, I, who knows? I maybe would have gone like 3 days without figuring out. Or I guess maybe I probably, that's the thing that's nuts. I would have gone less because I would have checked my phone. And I wouldn't have had in my mind, I would have never had the information. It's like, oh, is this guy saying it? It's got to be crazy. I would have checked my phone, and the first time I checked my phone, I would have seen some shit and been like, what the fuck is going on? I might have said something to the crazy guy. I would have gone to him for once. I would have been like, yo, 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 look at this. This seems right up your alley. Put it on the fucking movie theater screen right across the street. Let's go. Popcorn. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, man. I want to take a movie. I want to take a homeless guy to the movies. Actually, no. That's like, yeah, let me take a guy who jerks off on the subway into a place that's dark. That's a recipe for success. Sometimes I think my ideas should never come out of my mouth. All right. Oh, my God. Sorry, I had to drink some water. All right, we got 30 seconds. Actually, like 20 until we got to check the timer. So I'm actually just going to pause that. I don't want that sound to go off. And I'm going to wait a little bit, and then we're going to go check. We're at like probably like 5 more minutes needing to be recorded for the pod or whatever. All right, here we go. This might be a little chaotic. I'm gonna try to leave this part unedited for you guys' sake. If it's gonna end up being a little bit fun. So if you hear any bullshit in the background going on, oh maybe I'll turn the gain up. Oh, actually, let's do that. I'll turn the gain fucking crazy. If that ends up picking up any audio, that'll be sick. Because I'm gonna be going to the fucking kitchen and fucking yelling or whatever the fuck. Or how long is this mic? Actually, fuck it. No. I got a better idea. Okay, so I can't hear myself, but I will. Oh my god, this is so funny. This warrants a picture. I really hope Kevin comes home right now and sees this. He's like, bro, what are you doing? You're making cornbread and recording a podcast? What? At the same time? Whoa! We can't really see the mic. Oh, here we go. Look at this. All right. Here we go. Yeah, let's take some pictures. Oh shit, that's looking golden brown. Where's the fucking oven mitt? All right, I gotta put the mic down. All right, here we go. We gotta open up the oven again. Oh man, this thing's looking sexy, bro. Oh yeah, it's got that golden brown. I think this is perfect. Holy shit, what's going on? What's moving around? Okay, all right, we're good. Let's turn this off. And then, yeah, the key to a lot of this baking shit, especially with this fucking, I have my theories. I don't know shit. But my theories of a man that doesn't know shit about baking. At least these, like, pre-made things. When you're done, you just gotta fucking put tinfoil on top. You gotta keep that moisture in there. If the moisture leaves, it's dry, and then when it's dry, you really taste the fucking pre-made bullshit. As long as shit's, like, got a good consistency, a good texture, good balance, I always think it's like, all right, it could be fine, you know. But yeah, let me do this really quick. Let's see. All right, the cornbread has been prepped. It's on the stove. Oh my god. Oh. All right, the cornbread. All right, the cornbread. All right, I'm taking a selfie with the cornbread that's like ready to go, or not ready to go, but ready to be like eaten in about 10 minutes. It's like in the final phase, you know, incubating in that like we don't have tinfoil. You guys are going to see the picture. I talked about tinfoil. We don't have it. We ran out. We used it all. We got to go get more. So there's a second baking sheet that's on top of the one with the cornbread. So you're probably looking at the picture like, bro, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, I dragged the mic across with the long cord, and I was in the kitchen with the microphone in my hand, and then the cornbread on the stove. At one point, the cornbread was also in my hand, and the mic. I felt like a fucking baller. Oh my god, dude. Let's be honest, man. That's living the life. Cornbread in one hand, microphone in the other. I gotta cut that part out. Alright, I gotta get these headphones back in. I would prefer to be able to hear myself. We're gonna see how much of that stays in. But that was a fun little journey, I think. I think you guys get some fun little picks out of that. Um, so yeah, I guess where were you guys when you listened to this episode the first time? That's a thing. Where were you guys when 9/11 happened? Where were you guys when Luka Doncic was traded? That's just so fascinating to me though. That it's like I lump that, but it's like it's not that I lump it in off like a personal choice, of like, oh, let me remember where I was. It's no, those events happened. And then my brain created a response that was like a photographic memory that made me remember this maybe forever, but at least up until this point in time right now. Which for some of those things is like fucking, that's been a long time. And there's a lot of other things that are more significant that happened in my own life that I've seen with my own eyes that I don't have quite a vivid, like, feeling or memory or vision of that moment or where I was when that moment happened. I don't know if that ended up sounding a little bit profound in an unprofound way, but I think I delivered it so. And I think you guys are like, what the hell is this guy talking about right now? Because I have no idea either. Oh, you guys know those little, like, Listerine strips? Yeah. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, that's all of them. I mean, that's all the topics. We did Kobe, 9/11, January 6th, Luka, Paul Walker, Osama. I'm trying to think, like, what are the other really big things? I guess, like, presidential elections. Like, I don't know. The 16 one was quite jarring. Like, I don't want to count elections, because, like, everyone's, like, looking at that day like it's circled on a calendar, So it's like everyone's, like, expecting the thing's going to happen in some sort of way. Some sort of eventful way. I really hope this cornbread is good because otherwise, about like 7 minutes of this podcast just went to fucking waste. Okay, we're gonna do a taste test of the cornbread. We're gonna check this out. I'll be right back. I'm gonna bring the cornbread to the desk, right in front of the pod equipment. The pod equipment deserves a taste of this cornbread too. If it has a mouth, I'll try to feed it. If it somehow becomes a magical animate object in the next 30 seconds. The focus right? Focus right. You're getting a piece of cornbread. Start fucking doing your magic, because I'm walking over. Alright, the cornbread has been acquired. We got 4 little squares, 2 corner pieces, 2 edge. We're gonna save the middle for later. It's still... That's for me. That's for me. That's not for you guys. I'm sorry. That's the special piece. I don't know why I made that so sexual. It's just cornbread. No, we're gonna try it and then I got the little Kerrygold butter. So we're gonna do some blank ones first, just a pure cornbread. Podcast cornbread, podbread. First one ever for me. Cornbread edition number. I don't. God knows how many. But first one of the pod bread. So we're going to try this out right now. Bang. Oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, man. A little brown on the crust. Oh, yeah. This is some perfect cornbread. This is a great batch. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be happy today. This is a good one. Need more. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna end it here. That's really good. Yeah. See you guys. I gotta go eat.